Ewood Park hosted the champions of League One. It was Paul Cook and his merry men, and you never guess what? We only gone and smashed them. We'll talk about it next. Let's bling this up a bit. A bit more. A bit more. Too much? That'll do. That's right, folks. Back once again with another match review. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' demolition of Paul Cook and his merry men from Wigan. That's right, boys and girls. We smashed them. What a shocker. What an embarrassment. Can you believe these boys are the League One champions? Oh my goodness. What a shambles. You thought our defence was bad? Well, you should check a look at flipping Wigan Athletic's horrific defending, which cost them a couple of goals. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, get you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related. Whoa, football, we're going to all here under one roof. Now, let's break it down for you, folks. 3-0 winners in the end. Rovers coming out on top to Cookie Boy. What a smuggy little bugger he is. I can't hear you now, Cook. I cannot hear you now. Speak up a little bit. Speak up a little bit. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. Smugness has gone away. Thank heavens for that. Hopefully, it's gone away for the season, boys and girls. Hopefully, you can have a little bit of smugness with Bolton and all them merry men in League One. We're done with you here, boy. We're done with you here. Anyway, 3-0 winners. 12,763 fans were in attendance to watch this. And thank heavens for Rovers getting back to winning ways. 3-0 win. Goals from Danny Graham from penalty spot. No Charlie Mulgrew today. Graham stepped up boldly, bravely. 39th minute, back of the net. 1-0 winners. He actually doubled his tally on the 54th minute with the first. Well, when I say first, it was probably a comedy of errors. You could probably make a comedy out of it. Three Stooges flick out of these bad boys. Jones, Dunkley and Olsen. What a shambles they were. And they let us have a second goal on the house. It was like buy one, you get one free. In fact, it was buy one, you get two free. That's right, first for the foul, which brought down Danny Graham. Then there was the horrific defending between Dunkley and Jones to give Graham a breakaway for a second. And the third... Oh, the third is a sight for sore eyes. Wait till you take a look at that. It is Olsen, the veteran. No real offence. Olsen's newly on the scene. He wasn't part. I don't think he was part of that old camaraderie last season with Cookie and his boys and his little merry men. But Olsen and Jones, I don't know, not on the same wavelength. Dacky boy slid in there, scramble, ball rolls over the net. And that was job done. 3-0 winners. Comfortable win for us. And what? I haven't even talked about it yet. Magloire coming up and making his debut. Coming in from the under-23s. Stepping up the plate. Big time. Actually, a tremendous performance. I don't know why who scored have marked him so flipping low. 6.8. The only the worst player on the field is flipping Amari Bell. Anyway... We had more shots than they did, 18-11. They did have more possession, I'll give them that. Probably in their defensive third. 54% to our 46. Pass success rate was 67% apiece. We had more dribbles than they did. They had more, won more of the aerial battles. 29-27, they actually more tackles on the ground. And they actually had more corners as well. What about a quick look at the starting 11s? And as you can see, Magloire is that new or that rare. He hasn't even got a picture on foothead. David Raya in between the sticks. This is it. This was a makeshift MacGyver type defence. Anyway, Williams, Magloire, and Nyambe. Your three-man defence. Bell and Bennett on the old wing-backs with Reed, Travis, Dack supporting a two-man starting duo of Armstrong and Graham. And here is my match ratings. Lots of 7s, lots of 8s, and a couple of 6 knocking about. Raya with a 7. I've been a little bit harsh on him. He did have some Waldy saves in there as well. But he was a little bit bored, I think. Williams with a 6. Magloire with an 8. Obviously, stepping into the fray on a debut and a clean sheet. Cannot get better than that. And in the heart of the defence as well, alongside Nyambe, who was flipping immense. We got to really... give Nyambe a lot of credit these days. He is stepping up the play. I know he was off the boil a little bit and he wasn't in the squad, but he looks the part, whether it's centre-back, whether it's right-back. Who knows? He's a phenomenal youngster, lot of energy, lot of enthusiasm. Always looking to buzz forward as well, which is good to see. Amari Bell with a 6, not too great for him. And Bennett on the 6 as well. Those two wing backs didn't really create too much. In fact, Bell should probably be more like a 5 or even a 4. And Luna's chirping in with her own point of view, because Bell was only on the field for 20 or 30 minutes before being replaced by Conway. Reed with a 7, Travis with a 7, Dack with a 7, should really be possibly an 8, DG with an 8, and Armstrong with an 8. Quick look at the, the old likely lads. Jones between Sticks, Robinson, Olsen, and Dunkley, and James make up back 4, Jacobs, Morsey, Evans, Massey, and Powell, your 5-man midfield, with Garner. Oh my goodness, what a little smug bugger he was as well, trying to rub up young Magloire the whole day. But guess what, folks? He's got you in your back burner, mate. He's got you in your back burner. You've been had. You've been absolutely had. Go back to League One and practice those little shenanigans. I knew, pal. You could be the League One Player of the Year next year. How about that? Some more stats for you. Let's take a look at it. These are the shots. We actually had less touches than Wigan. They had 572 compared to our 512. They had more passes as well, 376 to our 333. Tackles attempted, they had 20 compared to our 18. Down at the bottom there you can see sort of a radius of where the shots took place. They only had 1 shot on target. Or was it only us that had 1 shot on target? I'm trying to decipher this a little bit. No, they only had 1 shot on target, and it was saved, duly saved. But yeah, Rovers looked absolutely comfortable today. Do give me a bit of credit. Windass looked a little bit threatening from the bench in the second half. McManaman offered little. Powell was a ghost. Didn't even know he was on the pitch. Probably a Massey. Like I said at my preview, he was a pain in the ass throughout the game. Quick look at the heat map mans. If you're a heat map man just like me, looks like David Raya was a busy man. The old red orange spot down there. But yeah, not too shabby here. A lot of coverage by Rovers. To be fair, a lot of coverage by Wigan as well. Well, before we have a look at what the gaffers had to say, a quick look at what else has gone on Tuesday in the old Championship. Bristol City and Ipswich held to a 1-1 draw. Sheffield United and Mick Foley and co. 2-0 winners over Brentford. Reading lost to Leeds, puts them in a bit of trouble. Bolton lost to Sheffield Wednesday, our next opponents. And obviously we were one of the highest scorers of the day, 3-0 winners over Wigan. Obviously tomorrow, Forest Villa, Birmingham Millwall, Middlesbrough Preston, QPR Rotherham, Derby Stoke, West Brom Swansea, and Hull versus Norwich. Quick look at the table. Now that win shoots Rovers up to 16th for the table. It leaves Wigan just 3 points off the drop. Come on Rotherham, come on Millwall, do us all a favour, get yourself 3 points tomorrow. And obviously Leeds still top the pops, Norwich second, Sheffield United in third, West Brom fourth, Middlesbrough fifth, and Bristol are in sixth spot. Quick look at what's going to go on this weekend. A bit of a hodgepodge weekend. Not all the teams are in action because it is FA Cup weekend. Leeds take on Sheffield United. Stoke take on Reading. Today's opponents Wigan. They take on Bolton. We take on Sheffield Wednesday. Hull, QPR, Rotherham, Norwich, Ipswich, Forest, Brentford, West Brom, Preston, Birmingham, and Villa against Middlesbrough. That looks a bit fruity as well. Now you've heard a little bit what I've had to say about the match. What did the gaffer have to say shortly after the final whistle? Here he is.
Well, I think we did what we had to do, really. We had to grind it out. We had to sort of, we talked about almost like going to war, really. It's because this group, I've talked about their spirit and their camaraderie, they stick together. We've talked about the performance level over the last 4 or 5 weeks and thinking it's been high enough to get results. It hasn't been really poor and we've been struggling and you can't see the next win coming. I think we've, if you think about the 3-1-0 defeats at home against 3 pretty strong teams at this moment in Bristol City, Middlesbrough and Preston, who were on amazing runs. There's no disgrace in losing them games. And I thought the performance level, bar Middlesbrough first half, was being good enough to get results. And whilst we weren't at our most fluent tonight, I thought, apart from maybe the last 20 minutes, I thought we were good with the ball and moved it around and give them some problems. Could have scored another goal or two, but I think it's just important to get the result, to get that losing streak out of our system, really. Delighted for Graham. I thought Graham and Bennett were immense. Danny Graham wasn't even in my side yesterday morning in training, and because I thought 3-game week, I thought he did so well against Sheffield Wednesday in the game out here that I thought we'd save him, and their centre halves would look forward to playing against him, and I thought I'd give him a rest in this one, and yet I slept on it, changed my mind, and thankfully I did, because he scored his goals and he led the team from the front, and yet he might have picked up a little strain there at the death, which is not ideal for us. A la Mulgrew, I suppose, who's these lads have played a lot of football this year at 32, 33-year-old. But we got the job done tonight. That's the most important thing. 3 points, gets our total ticking along again. Delighted for Tyler Magliore. You know, we were obviously 3 centre-halves down. Lenihan, Mulgrew and Rothwell. It's great to have a clean sheet for a young boy, really, on his debut. We all can, as professional footballers, you all remember your debut, and he'll remember that for the rest of his life. 3-0, he'll be telling his kids one day, I'm sure, and his grandkids, maybe on your debut, kept a clean sheet, and you know, all the little blocks that you make become great. I made my debut against Kevin Keegan, and it didn't give him a kick in my mind, you know, and yet probably wasn't like that on the night, you know, but we're so delighted for Tyler, just delighted for everybody, really. It's been a tough 4 or 5 weeks. It's amazing. I felt as if we had pretty good 6 months in this division, and we've had a pretty poor results-wise 6 weeks, and we've got over that now. We can go to Sheffield. God knows I was going to be fit at the weekend, but we'll go there with a bit of confidence and try and, even though Brucey's done an amazing job since he's been there, I think they won again tonight, and so we know that'll be a tough game, but one that we should look forward to, and then we can have a break and try and get a few players fit through the international break. Yeah, I thought Nyambe was good at the weekend, to be honest. I think he's fast and powerful. He just, certain parts of his game that he needs to develop and work on, and he does every day. He's a good kid, Ryan Nyambe. He's, you know, nobody gets past him for speed and strength. He's just got certain aspects. If he's going to be a central defender at some stages, he has to develop certain parts of his game. I think Derek Williams, again, who's been a fullback for 2 years for us, really, has had to slip in there and do his job. Again, Derek was the senior player at the back today, and he stood up well and got the job done. So you'd have to mention Conway as well, who had to come on. Bell went off early on in the game. As I said earlier, I thought Bennett was immense. Bennett is a lad who plays right back, right wing back, then he's on the left wing for us, playing left back at the end. You know, it's amazing how he gets through these football matches, and it doesn't matter to him where he plays. So there's a long-winded answer for you, really. Just happy enough that we got the points and we're moving on.
I've heard a little bit what that gaffer's had to say. You've heard a little bit what I've had to say. Now, what did the fans say on Twitter? I stayed away from the BRFCS.com forum because there was probably a lot of I don't know, hot and cold people out there. There was a lot of angry Mowbray outers out there. Anyway, Callum Prescott said this: Tyler Magliore's debut, we kept our first clean sheet since January. Need I say more? He was very solid against a very physical striker all game, strong in the tackle, and thoroughly deserved a clean sheet. I can't see how he can't play on Saturday. Meanwhile, Celebrity Rover Tez says this. He just basically says finally, and a little of an emoji there of some weeping eyes or something like that. Relieved, basically, as Rovers bring in the 3-0 win. Talk of Ewart said this: get in, needed that. That second goal looked as if it took the shackles off that side. Impressive. Let's emulate that last half hour. An hour for the remainder of the season and see where it takes us. Defence looks well too. Nyambe excellent again. Magloire good enough. Williams decent. In fact, Torqueville gets near twice. 3 goals, 3 points, clean sheet. 90 minutes for 4 academy products. Local bragging rights. First win in 8 games. That's a response. A bit too late though, I think. Mike Delap said this: man of the match, Lewis Travis. Decent first half. Excellent second half. Instrumental at just pulling the strings and changing the pace of the game. Big fan. #Rovers. Tom Schofield said this: domination in the second half. An unbelievably poor Wigan side. 1-0 flattered us in the first half. Second, it could have been 5 or 6. Forgot what it felt like to win. So this was good. Meanwhile, Tom Neville said this: and a clean sheet without Mulgrew. Anyone who thinks it's a coincidence needs to give their head a wobble. Magloire superb. Rovers tweet said this: the amount of mind the gap tweets I'll recover after full time will be fun from last season. Meanwhile, MIC Rovers said this: instead of getting mad on Twitter the next time we are shit, I'm going to just remember that we aren't. Wigan. Meanwhile, Sully said this: great work, great closing down. Raya was brilliant. The lads put in a great shift. We could have had 6 or 7 easy. Great to get back to winning ways. Less looking over our shoulders. Well done, lads. We are the Rovers said this: well done, boys. Confident second half there, and lots to be positive about. Meanwhile, Matt Thorpe 5-hour drive from Southampton. Well worth it. Get in, lads. A couple more for you. David Dunn, obviously ex-Rover. Well done to Tyler Magliore on his performance tonight. Hardly put a foot wrong. Another young player at the club showing maturity in stepping up to the first team. Michael Taylor, a.k.a. Marble Leaf, said this. For me, our best performer in that second half was Bradley Dack. Thoroughly deserved his goal, but he was so unselfish and brought others into play so well. Would love to see him and Joe Rothwell play together more. Joe Grayson, one of the other youngsters trying to make his way through to the first team. Delight from my mate Tyler tonight on his debut. Really good performance. Also, Nyambe was outstanding, wasn't he just? Martin MJ said this, with performance from young Tyler. Fantastic, just like the rest of the lads. And Bennett, you can play in every position. Not bad for a fist-pumping Liam Feeney. Haha. Come on, Rovers. Gareth Battersby said this. Wait, no equaliser or last minute falling apart. I can't remember how I'm supposed to feel about this. And Jamie McConnell said this. Great performance tonight. The young centre-half was immense. Quick and strong. Dack and Graham are back. Nuttall, handy. And a couple more for you here. Obviously, Ryan Nyambe said this. Great win tonight. Performance from everyone was top draw. Happy with the clean sheet. Perfect debut from Tyler. And, of course, Jen Bellamy said this. Hat tip to Harrison Reed tonight too. Back to your brilliant best in the second half. Hashtag Ninja Powers, hashtag Rovers. And that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a good old thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roof. And before I let you get out of here, make sure you drop your own opinions about the old match down in the comment section below, down here, as someone else does. Put them down here, and let me have a good old read about it. See what you think about Rovers' performance against them weirdos, Wigan. They're not full-on weirdos, but they're just a little bit weird. And if they had a different manager, things could be a little bit better. I used to like Wigan. I used to have I thought they were an okay side. You know, they didn't really rub me up the wrong way. But their manager, he's got something bad, hasn't he? He's got that. It looks like he's got an extra digit. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did play for Burnley. That's right. Quite fair. He must have grew that extra finger when he was at his Burnley days. But anyway, you should take that. You should get that sorted out, mate, because you know you don't want the Wigan lads thinking you're a dingle boy. Anyhow, enough jibber jabber. I could go ranting on about little Paul Cook and his smugginess all day long. But I'm not gonna. It's job done. Now let's push it over to Millwall and Rotherham. Make sure they get some wins on the board and kind of drag them latics up the ticks, or maybe down the ticks. Because they want another League One trophy to put to make a matching set. Anyway, I'm going to let you get out of it. Until I see you again, thumbs up, subscribe. Back tomorrow for some more for a match preview. Looking forward to the Owls, Sheffield Wednesday, Steve Bruce and co. We'll talk about that later. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.